Alright, part 2 on the Dark Knight review.
And we left off at the party with the Joker that crashed it. And then next thing you know, he's
So he's just like Batman. So he starts talking to Rachel Dawes, like the main
Rachel Dawes shows
actor,
up like, hey,
actress
no
in the movie,
picking on that
course.
guy.
Of course, she gets screen time, and
it's like so.
So then Batman shows up, and the fight's like half retarded and like all shaky cam, of course.
Oh, he's like, you're gonna love me, and it goes into that Joker like stupid scene, like there's like that one there where like goes up and he tells that Joker story of like hey
that was like part 2 of the Joker story. It was okay, but sometimes
it was like
kind of
completely retarded.
So then he like drops her out the freaking window and she's sliding down. And of course, he like jumps out there and they fall down like 30 stories onto a taxi.
30 stories,
like completely smashing a taxi.
No, and it's freaking the Dark Knight, right? It's number 2. So
Batman
he doesn't have the
grapple.
He doesn't even have a grappling hook. He doesn't use his grapple. Like, what do you mean? He should have freaking grabbed her, jumped out the window, grabbed her, and freaking shot the grappling hook, Batman style, true Batman. Like, what the?
Oh no, that was retarded. I know, they fall down 30 stories and she's like, is Harvey okay? And then like later in the movie, like, we'll get to that.
They make the Joker like a punk kick rocker.
Then they introduce the
even
freaking subplot where like the Wayne Enterprise employees like, oh, your baby, your Hummer, your Hummer dressed up as the freaking
him and Lucius
Batmobile.
Fox, and he's like, hey, you didn't notice your freaking
Hummer that's your
freaking military Hummer freaking
that went to Hollywood and got like a souped up job.
Went to Hollywood and got a souped up job. Now it's on the Dark Knight freaking.
Even though anyone could have those, but whatever.
But the point is,
designs, but it's still
so that little
stupid.
side story starts with Reese, and then freaking what's the next scene?
And then,
and we'll get into that Reese side story. That's freaking retarded.
So then, while that all was happening, the Joker poisoned the Commissioner also, the original, the Black Commissioner from the first one.
Alright, so yeah, that's going on. That's pretty tight how that happens.
He wasn't even a real actor, so of course Christopher Nolan killed him off. And
the judge card blows up with the cards. That's pretty tight.
And of course it was like a bright sunny day, even though Gotham's supposed to be all gloomy.
Oh yeah,
it's
the whole movie,
Batman.
it's like freaking bright, like sunny. It's freaking
It's like
Gotham.
the sunniest day, like in Chicago ever.
Like, come
it's
on,
supposed
it
to be
should
like
be like
New
a
York,
Tim Burton
Gotham,
style.
like Gothic style. And we're like, what the?
Alright, go on.
Then the Jim Gordon death scene at the freaking funeral.
Oh my! Okay, this is another
so
stupid one. Especially when Gordon shows.
That's another thing that just added on to the movie.
When Gordon shows
retarded.
back up, when he shows back up after
Well, hey, like he's like Gary Oldman gonna die or something.
When he shows back up like he's alive, he's got on the freaking SWAT like glasses, the C2 protector.
That's like later.
Alright, I'm just saying it's like so stupid. And then the next scene, literally in a split second, he's got on the regular glasses. Like, oh my, come on, give me a break, come on.
And then Dent like takes that one schizophrenic hostage that Joker was at the funeral with when he like shot Gordon in his like bulletproof vest. Like,
the funeral was before that though.
It was during the funeral when he shot him.
But no, hold up. The point is when it cuts to Batman though, freaking.
And then it shows the Bruce Wayne.
Like doing the thumbprint thing analysis, and that is so retarded.
That's not even right there, you idiot. Oh yeah, then he they did that. Then he finds out where to go. Then it's like the extras who are like Marine
It's
people.
It's like the Marines, like their uniforms are taken. It's so retarded. He like takes off his bandana.
They took our guns.
They took our guns.
It's like a retarded one.
And it's like the most stupidest thing ever. Like.
So then Harvey.
Even though they don't even show any of the Joker's men, and it's just freaking the Joker
moving
running
on
away.
From that stupid scene. That was like sunny.
The gun goes off and he runs away. Like, I'm Heath Ledger.
Then Dent like takes the ambulance and like takes the schizophrenic, and then it's like nighttime all of a sudden finally. And then
Batman's like,
Batman shows up and he's like, hey, he's a schizo. And then
what do you expect to learn from him?
And then Rachel was at Bruce's penthouse, and Bruce shows up, of course, and then she's like,
he's like, will you wait for me? And she's like, we can't be together if you turn your stuff in. And then okay,
she's like, Harvey called, and then she kisses Bruce with
she
Harvey
kisses
Dent
Bruce
breath.
right there with Harvey Dent breath. And then go on. And then while this is going down, the press conference is gonna go on next.
Hold up. Then they mix in a bunch of Alfred, like British wisdom, like of course.
Like we gotta give him some lines, We gotta give Alfred lines.
Some screen time.
Okay, go on.
Then it's the press conference. Harvey turns himself in.
And then when he's getting put into the car,
hold up, it's a whole room full of extras at the freaking press conference, and they're
broad
like total,
daylight.
and they're like total Hollywood actors, like and like all makeuped up and everything.
He should turn himself in.
And it's like the gayest lines
no more
ever,
dead
and
cops.
it just drags on. And then it's like a Harvey Dent speech where he's like, "The night is darkest just before
Oh yeah,
the
that's
dawn."
the gayest line ever. Yeah, but I know. But
Like,
the darkest
how
night
gay
before
was that
everybody
line?
was like, "What the hell?" In the press conference room, like even the extras, they were like, "What?"
Then Rachel kisses Dent.
Okay, so
as he's being transferred.
Okay, so Dent, admits to
with
being
Bruce
Batman,
Wayne breath.
and he gets freaking, he gets handcuffed, and he's getting potty, and she's like,
After she kissed Bruce,
she gives him the coin, and then she kisses him, and she's kissing Harvey Dent with Bruce Wayne breath.
So at this point, if you're watching it for the first time, you're like, okay, is she like Bruce, like the childhood, or is she like freaking Harvey Dent for his like stupid like white personality? And then
makes me sick.
And then so it's the transfer scene where they're going under and they're transporting the
this
Joker.
is retarded with the extra SWAT guys.
And then it's hardcore, the Bat Pod scene.
With sitting ducks.
Oh yeah, no, the gun parts are pretty retarded. Or no, the gun parts are pretty tight when the Joker shows up. It's tight for like a few minutes. And then it's like the Bat Pod scene, hardcore.
Where
like,
it's like the freaking...
where it's like a German guy.
The German
He's
guy.
like 60 years old. He's like the only one who could ride the Bat Pod with the cape going, where it wouldn't get tangled
It's
in.
pretty tight though when he's going through the alleyway and then he does the turn and then the front wheel does the front wheel does the turn. It flips like 3 times when he does the turn. That's pretty sick. But alright, go on with next scene. Oh yeah, we're at.
Then it was the whack ass Joker Batman showdown.
Yeah, Joker Bat like '89 with the freaking plane. It was retarded.
It was kind of like to play off the Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton showdown with where he was flying the Batman thing in the '89 movie.
And then that's where freaking Gordon shows up.
And of course, he just like totally doesn't kill the Joker because he's like Christopher Nolan written Batman, like all PG and gay. And then Gordon returns, so we find out that he's not dead, of course.
And he's got on the SWAT glasses, see-through, like, protect glasses.
Yeah,
it's like so retarded.
Whack.
And then literally the split-second next scene with all the cops showed up in the press.
So then Harvey Dent's like, oh yeah, I'm just glad to be out. And then Sanchez sets up Harvey Dent. And then they like show up a close-up dome shot, and you're just
and then it's the Joker in the jail scene.
And you're like, man, this shit is gay.
And then it's the Joker in the jail scene, and then freaking
Jordan comes in and
Gordon's got the spandex freaking black shirt.
And then he's like, yeah, Commissioner Gordon now.
Hey,
let's throw that into the script.
He's like, hey, you back from the dead? Yeah, hey.
Yeah, let's just hand it to him because he faked his death.
Commissioner Gordon. Freaking retard. Go on.
And then Gordon comes into the interrogation room, or like behind the mirror, and he's like, ask Sanchez, hey, has the Joker said anything yet?
And this whole time,
like Heath Ledger would talk to Sanchez.
And this whole time, the Joker's like in the Batman's right behind Joker in the freaking dark, like it's freaking retarded. And like, so you're telling me, before Gordon showed up, Sanchez was like interrogating him while Batman was hidden in the dark.
So then it goes a bunch of freaking Hollywood lines of Joker and Batman dome shots back and forth, and you're like, some of them are pretty tight, and then it's just like, okay, your motive, but he's the Joker. He's supposed to be psychotic, so it's kind of easy to buy into it. But then you're just kind of like, what the fuck? And then they finally show the close up of the new Batman suit that he gets.
Oh yeah, and it's pretty retarded.
He got it earlier in the movie, but this is the first close up shot you get to see of it, and it's like
the only thing that's pretty tight in that scene is
it's
when
like
he's got
fitted like a reptile or something, like a frickin' sea turtle's neck or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's like a bat, but it's
and it's like fits like crooked on his face, and you're like, what the fuck?
No, freaking out. But that scene's tight when he just freaking picks up the chair. He's like, I'm gonna break one rule of the night, and he's like, Batman's Batman's like, I'll talk to him, but then he's like, I'll break the rule to beat him up, So then he freaking picks up the chair, and Gordon runs over there, and he puts the chair under the door, so they can't get in. That part's pretty tight. But other than that, it's pretty whack.
Alright, that was part 2. Check out part 3.